Right then, so here we are again, scenario 3, Idol of Gork. So if you've not seen the first two, check out the channel. If you watch the first one and the second one, you'll know a bit more what's going on. So effectively, we are now entering into scenario 3 of a 4-part campaign of the Idol of Gork. So Orcs have effectively won the first couple, which gives them an advantage in the next battle. Finale. Yeah. So far, spoiler alerts if you've not watched 1 and 2. Turn off now. So in scenario 1, the Orcs won and managed to, the little night goblin shaman managed to find the crown of Gork, which means the big Orc army at the end in the final battle has no animosity. That's going to be fun, which is lovely. Yeah, lovely. In scenario 2, the Orcs managed to stop the runesmith and the war machines getting to resupply the dwarves. As such, the dwarves will be limited to one. Just one.
Only one.
One war machine in the last battle. Okay. So this one's quite important as well. So this one, basically, if the dwarves fail to win this one, then the Orcs, the Orc tribe that they're trying to basically destroy here, join up. Yeah. So the Orcs get another 750 points for the last battle. Yeah. So we'll make the difference between being outnumbered or being the stronger force come the last battle. So it's really down to the dwarves to try and do this one. I think they might. So basically what's happening here, the scenario, is the battle for Troll Rocks. So basically a group of Orcs have migrated through the land and they've set up camp near a sort of collection of rocks known as Troll Rocks. Dwarves have found out about this migrating Orc clan and obviously don't want them joining up with Grotfang's army, so they've sent a force out to try and destroy them. So we are all deployed and we'll go through the armies in a minute. So the scenario is basically the fact that obviously again Idol of Gork was written originally for Orcs versus Empire. Unfortunately my Empire is still undercoated. I've started the steam tank. And that is it. Only another 128 models to go. So we're using dwarves because at the back of the scenario book has the ability to use other factions and tells you what you can and can't use. The only drawback with that is that this scenario involves the dwarves wanting to destroy 4 Orc huts. Each Orc hut has to take 10 hits. They can only be hit by flaming arrows or crossbow bolts. No movement and firing crossbows. 5 turns maximum. We've done the math on that, and unless we took 1,000 points of crossbowmen, we're pretty sure they can't win on the sudden death scenario in this. Again, this is I think originally written for 5th ed, so the Empire, which was originally written for, had Kislevite horse archers in there and various other bits as well, which would have meant a bit more of a sensible approach. So unfortunately, yeah, we're going to struggle a little bit with this one. So it will be down to victory points, because I can't see Sam doing 40 successful crossbow bolt hits on my little huts. So we'll see how we get on, and hope you enjoy. Thank you. Okay, so here are the little huts. Great little sort of card buildings you used to get with the scenario packs. So I could have used the nicer, more up-to-date terrain, but it's all retro. We like retro, don't we, Sam? Yeah. So, Orc Force, we have 10 Arrer Boyz. Ignore the crossbows, they are Arrer Boyz in 6th ed. We then have a unit of 10 Orcs. We then have a unit of 10 Big Uns. We then have a named character for this scenario, who is Nazgob. Now obviously the points are slightly different, so I've taken the hit on those and used the older points, which in theory are higher anyway. He is a level 2 shaman, I think he is. And he is armed with the Staff of Burning Death, which is basically a fireball attack. We then have 3 trolls, as is customary for Troll Rock.
And then we have a unit of 6 Boar Boyz with the leader, who's also another named character for the Orcs, and he is Uzguz, and he is armed with an Obsidian blade, or Bladed Axe, and also he has a special rule called Hail to the Chief. So Hail to the Chief basically means anyone testing against his leadership rolls 3 dice and picks the best 2. His Obsidian Axe means that if he wounds an enemy, they get no armour save, and also the armour is destroyed. Magic armour saves as normal, but will be destroyed if it fails. So there we have the Orc and Goblin force. Okay, so in this scenario the Orcs had to deploy first, as obviously the Dwarves have the element of surprise. That has meant that the Dwarves have out-deployed the Orcs big time here, and as such have castled up on their left flank. They have a unit of 18 warriors, 20 Ironbreakers, 12 crossbowmen, a grudge thrower, a gyrocopter, and a Thane with a axe of fury with +2 attacks. Okay, and there are the Dwarves ready to face off. So again, scenario wise, plays for 5 turns, and as the Dwarves have the element of surprise, which is probably the first time those 2 words have ever been used in the same sentence, they get first turn. So first turn Dwarf movement. So, end of Dwarf movement, and the Grudge Thrower and the Crossbowmen have made it onto the hill. The Dwarf force has sprinted forward a whole 6 inches, and the Gyrocopter is just sitting back in support. And that ends Dwarf turn 1. There's no shooting as they've all moved, and no magic, because they're Dwarves. Simple as that, really. Yeah. So, Orc turn 1. Okay, so unfortunately the Orc force sort of didn't really do that much. The Boar Riders failed an animosity check and squabbled, including the War Boss, whilst he was bashing their heads. The Archers also did the same, and unfortunately the plan was for them to run onto the hill, but they've decided that they couldn't decide which was the best way up the hill. So they're now facing completely the wrong way and have lost a turn. Other than that, the Orc Boys have gone round the left-hand side of the rocks, Shaman through the middle, and the Big Uns turned to face and moved round slightly. And there we are. So that is Orc movement. Okay then, so it's the Orc magic phase. Nazgob, the Orc Master Shaman, is going to use his Staff of Flaming Death. So it casts the Flaming Skull spell, range of 24. So he's going to fire it towards the Ironbreakers. Strikes the first model unit in the path, takes D3 strength 4 hits, and it goes off on its power level 4. So you need a 4+ to dispel it if you want to try and dispel it with one of your dice.
Yes.
Okay. Failed to dispel. So it was D3 strength 4 hits on them. And that is 2. So toughness of the Ironbreakers is 4s. So need 4s. Nothing. Okay. But it's burnt one of your dice. So we will now cast. Let's go with the Foot of Gork. And we're going to try and pop that on the crossbowman. Okay, so if this goes off, it's D6 strength 6 hits, and we need 9. 10 will do it. Do you want to try and dispel that? Otherwise, D6 strength 4 hits.
Yes, I'm going to put all of them in.
Okay. And fail to dispel with 7. So, D6 strength 4. Let's see what happens, and a 2, so nothing. Excellent, well done guys. So that leaves me with 3 dice left, so we're going to cast Gork's Warpath on the same unit crossbowman, 10+. And oh no, failed on a 9. No, so nothing. End of Orc turn 1. So the dwarves, now that they've found a nice hill to sit on, have decided to stay put. The only thing that has happened is the gyrocopter has gone forward to try and assassinate the orc shaman. So shooting phase. So let's. What do you want to start with?
I think we'll start with a grudge thrower.
Yeah.
On your trolls.
Okay. Right. Range.
I reckon 28.
Okay. Go for it.
I overshot a bit there.
So. Okay. And both. So it's a hit, so it just lands and goes boom.
And we will have
Good shooting text.
the crossbows will go on the trolls.
Okay, so you get 10 shots because they're on a hill. So you're over half range, I assume. Yep. Okay, so ballistic skill 3, so you're looking for 5s. 4 potentials. Strength of the crossbow versus the trolls, so it's 4s. 1 success. And no save on those because it's just normal trolls, so just the regeneration. Nope, so it takes a wound. Okay.
And then the gyrocopter's steam cannon.
Yep, so you need the snood template. Pop it in front. Okay, so he gets hit, automatic hit, strength 3. He is toughness 4, so you need 5 to win. Nope, no damage. Loves a sauna, is that orc.
That's me done.
Okay, so end of dwarf turn 2. Okay, so trolls just edge forward as the gyrocopter was too close to allow them to march. The Orc Boar Boys were out of range of that, so as such they've marched forward. All animosity was passed. The Big Uns have moved further round. The Arrer Boyz have again reformed, and the Orcs have moved around the edge of the troll rocks. So the trap is getting there. So shooting wise, Arrer Boyz, they're going to try a shot at the gyrocopter. So they're going to be at long range and they've moved, so they're going to be on 6s. So let's see how they get on. One. Toughness.
5.
No wounds. Okay, so that's the end of my shooting phase. Right, magic. So we will do the staff firebolt onto the dwarf warriors just there. Power 4. Want to try and dispel it?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, dispelled. We will try. We will try. What should we try? Let's go with Foot of Gork on the crossbowman. 8, not enough. And 3 dice on the Gork's warpath on the crossbowman. And not enough. So that's the end of the magic phase. Dwarf turn 3. Right then, so an interesting choice by the dwarves. The gyrocopter did a loop-the-loop and has come around for a pass over the Orc Boyz with the steam. The two dwarves have decided that they were going to get charged anyway, so they've just run forward. And the Thane has jumped into the warrior unit. Okay, so there we have it. So shooting phase.
So we'll start.
War Machine goes first.
Right. So
Where you going?
I will aim at the trolls.
Yep.
And I reckon 24.
Okay, go for it.
I need to get better at this.
10 back that way.
I really need to get better at this.
So that's landed on
This guy.
this guy's head. Okay. So the decision for the dwarves to move forward and meet the orcs has backfired as the grudge thrower lands short and lands right in the midst of the dwarf Ironbreakers. So we have I've got 5 guys completely covered. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 guys possibly hit on 4-ups. Do you want to do those?
Yep.
So let's see if they get hit first. 2 more. Okay, so we've got 5 hits plus the 2, 7, and then the one in the middle who takes the strength 10. Okay, so strength 10, he will die on a 2-up. Yep, he's dead. And then these guys are hit on. Okay, I did say it was strength 10, it's actually only strength 8, but 2 still killed the guy in the middle. These guys are on strength 4 with the stone thrower on the surrounding. Yep. So it's 4 versus 4, 4s, but no armour saves. So, and that is a further 4 dead.
4 dead.
Okay. Okay, so with 5 casualties caused, that's a panic check, which they should pass, but you never know.
Leadership 9.
Yeah. Yep, they passed. On a 6. Okay, next shooting.
So crossbows.
Yep.
We'll shoot at the Boar Boyz.
Yep, so 10 shots. I think we're in half range. Might want to double check. Oh, we lost a dice. You had 10 last time.
I know. Yep.
Okay, so 4s. And so 5.
6.
Oh, 6. Okay, yeah. And then toughness 4 on the Boar Boyz.
Strength 4, so 4s.
Yep. Ouch. 5. So 5 hit. And Boar Boyz are on a 3-up save, so up to 4-up. And 4 take wowzers.
That was good.
And a panic check. So I'll take the 6 and the 2 because he rolls 3. 8 is a success. Just wowzers. Okay. Steam engine.
So
that's at the front.
oh, at the front.
Yeah. So the troll, and then 3 others. So you've got 3 dice. Needing 5s. No, 2 dice. Needing 5s. 1 needing a 6. And the war boss. Nope. And the war boss.
And then
No, he's alright. And the troll, again, needing a 5. Nope. So no damage from the steam.
and that is my shooting done.
Okay, so what started off as a bad shooting round actually ended up being pretty good with the loss of 4 of the Orc Boar Boyz. Right, so Orc turn 3. So here we are at the end of Orc movement. So the Orc War Boss has charged in against the Dwarf Warriors, leaving the Boar Boyz to turn and sort of reorganise themselves.
Yeah.
Trolls passed the stupidity test and charged the dwarves. Shamans move round. Other than that, the rest of the orcs have just moved around into position. Okay, so shooting phase. Orcs haven't got any shooting, so sorry, magic phase, but they won't have any shooting because they've marched. So here we go. We will do the fireball, fire staff even, power 4, and we will fire that at your crossbowman.
So I shall try and dispel it.
Nope. So that is D3, 3. 2 this time, and it's at strength 4, so -1 save on the crossbows.
So 6s.
Okie doke. 1 saved.
White's the lost.
And a panic test because you took a casualty from the burning head.
Leadership 9.
And they say bye bye. 2d6 -1. 3. The shaman is going to cast Bash 'em Lads, 2 dice. This goes off on a 7. Not this time. And then he's going to cast Foot of Gork onto this unit here. Goes off on a 9, which he does on 11.
See if I can dispel it.
On a 11, it does. Whew. Very sad day. Okay, so into combat. So, combat. The trolls are going to vomit over the dwarves, so strength 5 auto hits, 1 each, so winning on 3s. 2 successes, that's 2 dead dwarves, because no arm save from the vomit, as it burns through. And then we have the Orc War Boss, who's going to issue a challenge to the Thane.
And I'm going to accept.
Okay, so... So we'll do the War Boar first, just to get it out of the way. 1 attack, weapon skill 3, so hitting on a 4. Hits, and strength 5 on the charge.
Toughness 5.
So it's a 4 to wound. Gets it. So -2 save.
So he's heavy armour, shield, hand weapon.
So he's on a 4 up. So it goes to a 6. Nope, takes a wound.
So he's got 1 left.
Okay. And then the Orc Boss, weapon skill 5. What's your weapon skill?
6.
So 4s to hit, 3 attacks, 2 successes, strength 4,
Toughness 5.
so 5s to wound, fail to wound him.
So my attack's back.
Yep, so you lost 2 dwarves in the front, so you've got your champion, and you've got 2 other dwarves, no, champion and 1 dwarf. Okay, against the trolls.
So they are weapon skill 4.
So 3s. Impressive. Strength.
3.
You need a 5. Gets it.
There it is.
And troll regen. No, troll takes another wound. 1 troll has 1 wound left. And then the Thane.
Yep.
Loads of attacks. Hitting on weapon skill 6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 3s. 4 hits. Toughness 5 there.
Strength 4, so
So
5s.
2. And save of 3 normally. And strength 4, wasn't he?
Yes.
So 4s. 1 saved, takes 1 wound. Okay, so there we have the result of that combat. Okay, so the dwarves have won the combat by 3. So leadership check for the trolls. They'll take the 3 and the 1. So they're fine, they hold. And the War Boss, he'll take the 2 and the 3, so he holds. That's a cool rule, I like this roll.
It is cool.
It is. Right, okay, so that's the end of Orc turn 3, so Dwarf 4 coming up. Okay, so Dwarf movement. Start the turn, the grudge throwers decided, seeing the crossbowmen run for their lives, they were going to do the same thing. So off they went, and unfortunately the dwarf crossbowmen failed to rally as well.
Yeah.
So dwarf leadership 9, not great.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I had a similar situation with high elves recently, where I lost my entire right flank went. So dwarf gyrocopters come around to try and finish off the Orc Boar Boyz in the absence of crossbows. The Ironbreakers have wheeled round to face off against the Big Uns, and other than that we've got to retain combat. So only shooting is from the steam from the gyrocopter, so it's 2 hits on the Orcs. Strength 3 versus toughness 4, so you're looking for 5s. No.
Not 1.
Okay, that is the end of dwarf shooting, so into combat.
So
Initiative checks, so the Orc War Boss, Uzguz, is initiative 4.
I'm initiative 3.
And the Trolls are only initiative 1.
Oh, right.
So Uzguz is going to issue a challenge to your leader.
Yep.
I think. Yes, he will.
I will accept.
Okay. So Uzguz is Boar has initiative 3 as well. What's the dwarves?
2. Oh no, my Thane is initiative 3.
Okay, so we roll off on the Boar. Right, so Uzguz, 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, 2 successes. Strength 4,
Toughness 5.
so 5s to wound. Gets 1, no armour save because of the Obsidian Axe. So goes straight through him and cuts him in half.
So that is him.
Yep, him dead.
Done.
He's done for.
He's a goner.
So the Boar now fights against another dwarf. Missed. Okay, so now it's dwarf return attack. So you've still got 1 attack from a dwarf on Uzguz.
Yep.
And then you've got effectively 4 attacks, including plus the champions, so 5 against the trolls.
Right, so we'll do the 1 against
Yep.
your War Boss. Weapon skill 4.
Yep. So hitting on 4. Missed. And against the trolls. Weapon skill, you need 3s.
So 3.
3 hits, and you will need 5s to wound. 2 wounds. Could take a troll down here. 4 up regen.
No.
Double 6 says they love it. Okay, so troll return attack. So with the Thane dead, trolls really need to try and kill some people. 3. Let's go. Let's go with just waving some rocks at them. So 3 attacks each. Looking for 4s. Strength 5. 3s to wound. 4 saves to make at -2.
So 5s.
Okay. That'll do. 3 dead.
3 dead.
So. Okay, so combat res coming up. So orcs win that by 1, and as such, 8 required. Passed, so they're okay. We have just realised that Sam forgot that dwarves hate orcs, so we've got re-rolls against the general. However, not against the trolls, because I'm not sure whether the trolls actually count as orcs and goblins.
Not sure.
I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell us. Yeah. Right then. Okay, so that's a continued fight going into Orc turn 4. End of Orc movement. So the Arrer Boyz continuing their march around the rocks. Foul charge here by the Orcs into the flank. However, successful charge here from the Big Uns into the Ironbreakers, and the Boar Boyz have turned around and headed up out of the way of the combat to try and maybe take out the only thing that possibly they can with only 2 of them, which is the Dwarf Artillery crew if they come back. So there we have it. Turn 4, no shooting due to the Orc Arrer Boyz marching. So magic phase. Okay, so we'll do Staff of Flaming Death onto the gyrocopter. Power level 4.
I'm going to try and dispel it.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. So D3 strength 4. 1. What's its toughness? 5, was it?
Yes.
So it needs a 5. Gets it. So it takes a wound. Oh no, it's armour saved at -1.
So 5 up.
Yeah, it does take a wound and a panic check.
Yep.
Leadership 9 still?
Yes.
Yep, passed, but down to 1 wound left.
2 wounds left.
2 wounds left, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Right, so what we'll do next is we will cast the Foot of Gork. No, we won't. We'll cast Bash 'em Lads on the Orc Big Uns, which will allow them to re-roll successful hits. Or do we do it on the trolls and troll them out? I think we have to do it on the Big Uns. So we use 2 dice and goes off on a 9. Means they get to re-roll all misses in combat.
I think I'll take that.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So, and then we will cast Gork's Warpath on the Ironbreakers, which goes off on 11.
This I'll try and dispel.
Which you do. Okay, so combat phase. So Orc Big Uns, so we've got a champion there. 2 attacks from him, and then 3 others. So weapon skill 4, Ironbreakers.
Weapon skill 5.
So looking for 4s, re-rolling misses. Okay, so 4 hits. And they are strength 4.
Toughness 4.
Three successes, -1 save.
Yeah, so 3 4-ups.
1 dead.
One. Got 1.
Okay. So you get 2 attacks back from the champion, and then 2 remaining dwarves.
Remember
threes.
that I have hatred. Huh?
Yeah.
So 3
Strength.
is 4.
Okay, so 4's to wound. 1. Failed to save. 1 orc dies. Okay, so both had banners. You had an extra rank, and you did. We did 1 wound each, so you win by 1.
Number yours are.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, so you win by 2. So we're in range of Uzguz, so 3 dice. That's not going to work, whichever way we look at it. 2 6s and a 5. So they're fleeing, and that's not good either. Go an inch.
I have to.
Yeah, they're wiped out. So 5 inch over them. Okay, so Orc in the side there, hitting on 3s. 3 hits, and he's strength 4.
Toughness 4.
2 hits and no save, so 2 dead. And then the boar hits, doesn't wound. So no return attacks against Uzguz. You get a champion and 3 attacks against the trolls.
Yeah.
Okay. 3s. All hit. 5's to wound though.
So this bit.
1. Regens it.
Ah.
And then the trolls. I think we might just vomit attack. Strength 5. Yeah, we'll go with the vomit attack because we're already 2 up on the kills. 2 dead. Okay, so that's 4 casualties in total by the orcs. You did have a rank and you do have a banner, so you lose by 2.
Yes. 7.
Passed, they hold. Okay, so dwarf turn 5. Last bit. So the steam cannon, flame away.
There's 2 hits?
Yep. 5s.
5s. Oh, 2.
Oh dear. Both dead. Ah, no! Steam cannon. Oh no, I think that might have cost me the game. Right, Orc War Boss first in the combat. So, hitting on 3s. 3 hits. 4s to kill. 2 dead. Boar. Failed to hit. No attacks back from the dwarves onto him.
Yeah.
And then you've got 5 attacks again, champion, and 3 others on the trolls. 3s.
That's 3, and then 5s on it.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. Trolls will vomit. 2 dead.
That's not good.
Okay, so you didn't have a rank. You lost by 4, and I outnumber you 5. So leadership 4. Nope.
No.
So you flee.
How far?
7. Allow the trolls to overrun. And they do.
Yep.
Catch you. And Warlord will try and hold. 4 and 5, 9, not enough, so he follows as well. And he goes 11. Okay. Right then, so forgot to mention the both the dwarf units actually rallied in the last turn, which luckily for Sam keeps them in the game. The dwarf warriors, however, got run down by the orc warlord and the trolls, and it's the final orc turn. Okay, as the sun starts to set, the orcs start to back off. Trolls didn't do their stupidity check, which they pass on a 6. The Orc Warlord just glares at the crossbowman. With 1 wound left, he decided it wasn't worth charging in case he got picked off. Shaman's moved into position to try and target the artillery crew. So magic phase, because there's no shooting. Okay, so we will do the flaming skull staff at them, power level 4, if you want to try and dispel it.
Yep.
Yeah, dispelled it. We will try the foot of Gork on that unit, going off on 9. No, failed to go off. And then we'll try the Gork's Warpath on the same unit. In 10, which we get with 12.
Let's see if I can get rid of it.
No, 10 goes off. So that is D6 strength 6 hits. 6. Strength 6 is 2s to kill. Get myself a Grudgethrowrernand crew here.
Yeah.
Yep, so they're all dead.
Yep. There's no armour saves, is it?
No.
So they are all gone.
And then see if it carries on. It does. I will put that on the gyrocopter. So it's D6 strength 6 hits on the gyrocopter. 6 again. Still the gyrocopter.
5.
So 3s. That's 5 wounds at strength 6, so minus 3 save.
So
That's destroyed.
Yeah.
So squish.
That's that gone.
Yeah. See if it carries on. which it does.
Oh
And I'll put that on the crossbowmen.
no!
And 6 again.
Oh no!
Strength 6, so 2's to kill. 4 dead, which is a panic check. Passed. See if it carries on, which it doesn't.
Oh God!
So Nazgob finally did something. Wow. Okay, so it took us till turn 5 to get any real noticeable spells off. Although saying that, actually, the panic on the crossbowman did quite well.
Yeah.
So right, we'll be back once we work the scores out. That was an interesting last turn.
Yeah.
Snatched victory from the jaws of defeat by the power of magic.
Yeah, I don't think the crossbows running away was great for me.
Again, all about the shaman, I think, to be
Yeah.
honest. Nothing else did anything. Kept my little huts intact.
Yes.
Managed to meet up afterwards, put my little campfire on, roasting some goblin. And then came a messenger from this big warlord who wants his land back. Doesn't need to bribe me or anything, because you know I get the chance to exact some more revenge on the dirty dwarves who tried to wipe my little camp out. So, yeah. Last turn victory. Solid victory, Infinity of Mine.
It was, yeah.
It was a solid victory. It wasn't even a minor victory, it was solid.
It was a solid victory.
But it was, yeah, it was all down to that last spell, which just kept regenerating.
It just kept going.
Just regurgitating,
Yeah.
and 6 hits at the time, which was pretty pokey. So the itchy Skab Orcs now are going to meet up with Grotfang and his boys for the big finale.
Yeah.
So that does mean that, unfortunately, as the dwarves didn't manage to get rid of the itchy Skabs, that the Orc warlord Uzguz and his mighty shaman Nazgob, they get to fight
Joining
in
in
the next battle, along with some trolls.
So last battle I am 1 cannon facing.
Well, one war machine. You get to choose.
one war machine facing orcs and goblins with 3 heroes and no animosity and trolls. And you outnumber me.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Place your bets now, then, viewers.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Okay, so join us soon for the finale of the Idol of Gork. Okay, right, we'll see you soon.
Oh, it's going to be